Hi, welcome to Crafty Little Things. I'm Andrea and I'm just going to show you another, if you remember, you might have seen it, I designed this box for a handmade candle that used a recycled GU Cheesecake container, and I've come up with another. This was my original prototype of this box, then I designed this one using the GU Cheer, and now I've come up with another one which is a lidded box, and it's in more sort of traditional Christmassy colours. What you'll need, it's really simple. What you'll need for this is a piece of 7.5 by 7.5 cardstock, which I'm using real red here, and I've just scored it at 2 inches all the way round. You'll need a piece for the lid. I'm using Whisper White for the lid, and this is 5.5 by 5.5, scored 1 inch all the way round. However, you can either add on a 1/16 of an inch to your measurements on each side, or you can move your cardstock 1/16 of an inch away from the edge when you're scoring, just to give you this the right size for the lid. Then for my topper of the lid, I'm going to put on a piece of real red cardstock, which measures, this is 3.5, the square in here is 3.5 by 3.5. So this red piece measures 3 3/8 by 3 3/8. Then I'm using this from the Merry Patterns DSP set, just to give a bit of contrast, and this, sorry, I'm using it on this side, and this measures 3.25 by 3.25. And then I've cut out 2 of the, from this DSP, I've cut out 2 of those shapes, which I'm going to sort of offset to make it look like a bit like a kind of a flowery type thing. And then using the scallop tag topper punch, I've made this label. This is a piece of real red, which measures 2 inches by, it measured 2 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And then on top of that, there's a piece of the same DSP, which is slightly smaller, and then there's a piece of Whisper White, which is slightly smaller, and then I've used the Merry and Bright from the What's of Occasion stamp set, stamped in real red. And then also, if you get a 1/2 inch punch, these little shapes here punch out perfectly, and I've used those as little embellishments. And then I've used a piece of retired silver ribbon, and what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to attach on my top piece of my embellishment, I'm just going to wrap that around a corner of it and cut it off and glue it, and then that's just going to, sorry, I'm going to put it round the centre piece, and then that's just going to sort of secure the tag. Okay, so that's what you need. I forgot, we've got these little panels to go around the edges, and they just measure 3/4 of an inch by 3 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so we're just going to assemble. So I'm going to do the box first. I'm just going to cut up the score lines like so. I'm just going to notch those in a little bit, only because I'm not sure that I cut those very well. Sometimes when you're not in your normal crafting position, it can be very difficult to be as precise as you would normally be. Not that I'm that precise to start with, but yeah, so these all need folding and burnishing if I hadn't already done that. I can't remember if I'd already done it or not. I think I might have missed that one out, to be honest. Okay, let's get rid of those scissors. And so now what we're going to do, we're just going to glue on the outside of the 4 tabs. It's so nice to be able to see what I'm doing. I've worked that much this weekend with light colours. It's nice to go back to red again. And then just box that together. Makes a nice strong box. Really simple but strong. If you want to line the box, then you can do. You can line it with the same DSP. But I'm just going to show you the basic idea for the purposes of this video. So there we have our box. And then for the lid, I'm going to burnish and cut, and then I'm going to decorate before I glue it together. So just burnish those 4 score lines. I said this is a really easy one, didn't I? I was going to do a window box. I still am going to do a window box. And this box can easily be made bigger. Just remember to, this is your actual size of your box, your centre square. Just remember to make it bigger if you wanted. This is 3.5. You could just downsize this centre square or upsize it to suit your project. I'm going to use Tombow to assemble this, but if you wanted to add some dimension, then you could use dimensionals, which would give you some lift and dimension, putting space between your layers. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let the colours just give me the dimension I want. It's a really simple geometric pattern, this, but it's nice, really effective. So the first one I'm just going to glue down. Into the centre. It does have the little green edging that I've left a little bit of on. That's fine. That adds a bit of dimension as well. And then I'm going to just add this. So and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of pop that so it's just in different spots to the others. I attached these with dimensionals as well, so you've got quite a lot of dimension there added on. Sorry, and then I need to attach these little strips wherever they've gone. So I'll just quickly glue these on. And if you wanted, you could use the green side for a bit of contrast. But I'm quite liking the white and red theme myself. Just makes it look better finished off. If you add these strips, you don't have to. You could add just the real red if you wanted. You could just dot some of the little, cut out some more of the shapes and just dot them around. And then you just want to pop some glue on each of these tabs. and then just fold them in like so. Usually with Tombow, a count to 5 will do it. Go. And then once that's done, just give it a press down. And then we'll just grab our candle, make sure it fits in. Again, you could just theme your candle wrapper to suit your box. So you could put a strip of red around it. And let's just stick the lid on. And there we go. How pretty is that? And how simple was that? I'm going to put a couple of diamantes, I think, in the centre of those. But that's a really pretty box. I love that. It's really cute. So yeah, that was nice and easy to make as well. So I hope that you find these ideas inspiring. And as I said, I'll do another one with a window lid next time. Okay. Thanks for joining me, and if you've got any questions or anything, want anything about the products, just let me know, ask away. Okay, there will be a blog post as well to go with this, so measurements and things will be on there.